RC Viking here. Big shout out to my first subscriber, STP underscore Ridgeline. Thank you very much from the bottom of my big, huge heart. That means a lot to me to have somebody subscribe to me. That means somebody somehow found Mr. Nobody RC Viking Johan on the YouTube out there. So I'm at work. I do security. I sit here and I look. I try to stay awake, find something to do, watch YouTube videos, watch Netflix. I'm getting bored, man. So I started kind of bringing some toys to work with me. I got this huge lot here I can play on. You know, as long as I'm staying awake and I do my rounds, I'm doing my job, I'm good. So RC Viking, what's that mean? Radio controlled. So this is my old radio, one of my old radios, the DX3C. It's a workhorse. You know, it's got like 20 model memory. This is old news. Nobody cares. So that's the radio I brought with me today. And the one friend I brought with me is the Drag Slash. This here's a 66 Chevy Nova. Painted up in black and blue. You can't really see. This is shitty lighting, man. Sorry. A for the town I live in, Aberdeen. This is actually a football helmet sticker, which kind of helps a little bit with the scratches. Had a real bad crash the other day here. Oh, back over there is I got stupid. I was playing, bashing around, kind of got sideways on the way back. Ended up going over a speed bump sideways into the curb. It was a beautiful crash to my mind. I wish I would have had it videoed. It was beautiful. Bent my STRC wheelie bar. Broke the rear wheelie bar mount, the Traxxas one. Just an excuse to get the aluminum one from STRC, of course. But yeah, so this is the J Concepts, the first version of the 66 Chevy 2 Nova with the two-piece. So it's got the front clip comes off and the rear clip. Of course, I have them Gorilla Glued on. And a few years ago, I started using Plasti-Dip to paint my bodies because it works. It's cheaper overall, and it just works. I found a good metallic glue that they offer that I like, that I can get at my auto parts store. And you don't have to be perfect with it. It's very forgiving stuff, that's for sure. So Plasti-Dip works for me. I usually do a blue and a white or a blue and a black. So anyways, this goes on what I refer to as Drag Slash, which was a ground up build. So I bought everything individually. Basically, a friend of mine that I used to kind of race with at a local track gave me a few parts for a stock Slash. Basically, he gave me a transmission, some shock towers, some arms, and bulkhead, but none of that really matters because I've switched it all out. So what we got here, first to start, we got our RPM bumper, which I've set back a little ways, so it actually offers a little protection to the. We got an STRC front aluminum bulkhead in the gray. We got I believe that's Proline aluminum strap here for the hinge pin strap. STRC pins that bolt on. They got I believe these are, this is the ones with the black heads and the shiny nuts that hold them on. So those are at all corners for the hinge pins. Okay, and then we have RPM shock towers, front and rear. Now what I did with the RPM, what I ordered, you can't really see here maybe, but I bought the Nitro version for the front shock tower because why not? If you look at it, if you look at the parts, the Nitro version for the Slash, Rustler, Stampede maybe, I don't know, I don't have a Stampede, but it has an extra bar here. So to me, that's a little bit stiffer. I mean, RPMs, they do flex. But yeah, so that's what I got for the front. We got some old Revo shocks here actually that I've limited down. I mean, I got maybe a quarter inch of travel, which I think is supposed to be the thing for MPRC. Proline body mounts, the screws, because I love those. I'm tired of body clips, losing them. I think body clips are antique. I mean, they've been around since the 60s. So I think the screw-on ones are a little more up to date. Got a little cat pack here that I built. I'll have a better video on this eventually, but it's just held in here. I got a couple servo horns that kind of holds it in temporarily because I built a few different cat packs, so I'm testing those. This one is built to kind of mimic the Castle Creations one. I use their gold, and you know what, nobody cares what the specs are, it's just a cat pack. This particular ESC is a Castle Creations short course Sidewinder with the fan. So the way I have it wired up here is I got XT90 that goes to the battery, and oh no, that's a adapter. Right now I have Traxxas plugs on this, so there's two Traxxas plugs actually. One goes to the cat pack, so I can switch that out with a different one, and then another one here. So ideally you want the cat pack to be closer, but this is just the way it worked out. So I've been switching my batteries over to XT90S's, which are the ones with the green thing, so they don't spark, which doesn't really matter with 2S, but once you get into like 4S and above, like when you put them together, they really spark, especially when you're running like 6S. They spark bad, and that's just not good for your connectors. So I started using these anti-spark ones. They seem to work fine. Spectrum receiver, of course. RPM cage in blue. Everything's in blue. So I didn't buy the LCG conversion kit because it came with the black one. So I just bought the chassis, and then I just bought the bottom part. So it was all blue. It all looks nice. It doesn't make sense to me to have black and blue. You know, I want it all blue as much as I can for the most part. I do have the Bandit rear arms. We also have MIP drive shafts. These are my wheels, man. These are the ones. These are a discontinued wheel from J Concepts. They're the I think they're called Thrust. Anyways, they still have a few of them in the 2.2s, but these are a short course size. I love them so much that I bought a couple more pairs of the wheels just for later on when I get more tires. So these are J Concepts Hotties, the very first version, not belted or anything. They do wear quick, but I don't know how to drag. I don't have any friends, so I mean, I don't have any friends to run with on the street because nobody else does. I do have the Traxxas wheelie bar on here right now, just because I took off the other one and put this one on real quick. You do have to zip tie it down because once you hit the ground with it, it snaps off, and you got to re-put it on there because it just clips on. I do have an RPM rear transmission case and some secret magic going on inside there. It is a Mod 1 transmission that I made. That took some work because nobody just out and says, here's how you make a Mod 1 transmission for your Traxxas /2-wheel drive. I watched every video I could find on the gears and how it works. Finally figured out there's this HPI Savage gear that you use for the main gear, and then I figured out what the size for the inside and to make it all Mod 1. So far it's holding up. It's doing good. Maybe one day you'll see the inside of that if it fails, but no. So I do have I'm using the regular, actually this is the stock slipper unit from the Slash 4x4 that I did put the aluminum slipper pads in. They seem to last a little longer. Hot Racing 32 pitch 58 tooth spur gear, and right now Robinson Racing pinion gear. I don't remember what that is. It's I don't remember what it is. Like a 13. I think it's a 13 tooth pinion. And then we have the cheapest thing ever is one of these Amazon, got it on Amazon Motors, the orange can waterproof motor, 5200 kV. This thing does get quite warm on 2S when you gear it up, that's for sure. But RPM transmission case is not my favorite. There is some slop in there. Yeah. So this is my little friend that I may or may not run tonight at work. Oh yeah, steering. We have Traxxas aluminum steering up front. No servo saver. It is a stock Traxxas servo that actually came out of my Slash 4x4. That's from like the version 1 Traxxas Slash 4x4. And I actually rebuilt it with the metal gears that came out for that. Back in the day though, before Traxxas had the metal gears, there's a Savox servo that would cross over. I can't remember the number. It's out there on the internet somewhere, but you can switch the gears out in the Traxxas servo for metal gears from a Savox. Yeah, so this is just all kind of pieced together. RPM Nerf bars, RPM shock towers, RPM front A-arms. I believe these are for the Bandit. Whatever they are, they do fit under the Nova. So, oh, and Gold Bat batteries. I run a lot of Gold Bat batteries. Super cheap, Amazon. They just work. They're nothing super fancy, but I did recently get some Champions from them. They're 100C batteries. I can tell the difference between those and the 50C Gold Bats, but the 80C and the 100C, I can't really tell the difference. So whatever. Bandit. These are just Bandit wheels that I bought. Yeah. So that is Drag Slash. It seems to be pretty solid. I can't drive it for shit. I don't know how to launch. I don't know how to drag race. I've never been to an event. I honestly, I spend more time wrenching on them than I do driving them. So, super long video. If you stuck through it and watched, here's a cookie. Yeah, RC Viking out. Subscribe if you want, or not. Leave a comment if you want, or not. Say something nice, say something mean. Tell me how your day was. Show me what you're working on. Yeah. God bless. Love you all. Peace out.